Hey everyone, welcome back to Catching Up with the Walkers. Thank you so much for stopping by. I asked Cassie a while ago, would you like a cup of coffee?
I thought you'd at least get me some water.
And she said no, she does not want any coffee. Well, guess what? I got me a cup of coffee. Do you need to go get you something?
No, we're good.
We'll take a break in a little bit if Cassie needs a cup of water. But, I mean, it's like 38 degrees outside. There's frost that was on the ground this morning. We've had the fireplace roaring. It's got a nice hot fire.
Yeah.
How can you turn down? Just tell the people.
How
can you turn down a good cup of coffee after a week long? We haven't done a video for Catching Up with the Walkers in a week.
Oh man. Well.
You want to tell them why?
I already had enough caffeine.
You want to tell them why while I drink my cup of coffee?
Well, it was Thanksgiving break, but it was extremely busy. The boys had BMX. It's prime time hunting season, and we're trying to get the boys on some deer. Spent time with our family. Mazzy had voice lessons, and she didn't have violin. We're trying to.
But she did practice a lot of violin.
She did. We're trying to practice at church for a Christmas program coming up.
I have an excuse. You want me to tell them the excuse?
Okay.
My excuse is that we had all the family home. And so whenever we have all the family home, we focus more on Walker Farm fan videos and a little less on Catching Up with the Walkers because all the family was home and they were all doing their thing, so we videoed with them. So hopefully you've enjoyed. I think we put out a video every other day over at Walker Farm Fam. And we did go live 2 different times. You went live once, I went live once by myself.
Yeah.
Actually, I was with... I beat you on the scooter competition that I didn't even know existed. I didn't know it was a competition, but I put mine together before you on this channel.
House.
Yeah. So there was
So we did do some things last week.
Yeah, there was all that. No, we went live on this channel twice last week. We just haven't put out an official video. So here it is. It's finally time to catch up with the Walkers and catch up with everything that's been going on. The things that you didn't necessarily see or we didn't have time to talk about.
Yep.
And we're going to do a little bit of planning on this Cyber Monday.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So...
Can I do a little bit of shopping?
What are you wanting to shop for? I already did some shopping yesterday.
I don't need anything.
So Mazzy came to me yesterday and told me she really wanted another pair of shoes like the shoes she had.
Oh, yeah.
And I looked at them. In the bottom, there was a little hole getting to be in the... where your heel goes down in the sole. So I said, yes, you definitely need a new pair of shoes. And she said, I love these shoes so much. They're my favorite shoes. They're so comfortable and they look so nice. And I said, Mazzy, let me see the shoe.
She had told me a week or so ago that she didn't tell me they were getting a hole. She has told me she wanted more of those. I said, well, we'll have to try to figure out where we bought them because I don't even remember. And then Barry found them. And then I remembered buying them and all that, but I couldn't remember because we go to either Ross, Walmart, Target, or it has to just be some random spot. Yeah, so
I'm thankful. I looked at the tag on them and there was like number Target 008234 or whatever.
Oh, it said Target.
And I found a place that said Target, so I googled Target shoes and they were normally $40-something on sale for $21 for Cyber Monday.
Can't beat that deal.
So I said, Mazzy, I'm getting you 2 pair. I'm getting you one, the pair.
Especially when she is wanting cheaper shoes because shoe prices can get ridiculous.
Yeah, she loves these shoes, so I bought her the pair that size she's in now, plus I bought the half size up, so she'll be able to grow into them because they were 50% off. And so, I'm saying this, don't necessarily have to go out and look for stuff that you don't need to buy on Cyber Monday or Black Friday or whatever. But look for those things that you're going to buy anyway, because a lot of times they might be 15 or 25% off site-wide, and so you can save a little dinero.
Shopping tips with Gary.
Shopping tips with Gary, just in the moment, because I have another shopping tip for our summer vacation. You ready to hear about that?
Let's do it.
So we're doing our 50 states in 5 years, and
it's winding down.
It's winding kind of up and kind of down. we didn't do a lot this last summer. We had Little Bear, and there was really not a good opportunity just to break away and go for a long amount of time. So what we did do, Cassie is on like yawn number 3, and we're in like the first 5 minutes.
Maybe I needed more coffee.
So I started looking for. We already have our Washington D.C. trip booked for spring break, but in the summer we're planning on going on a RV trip in the Northwest.
Not in the schoolie.
Not in the schoolie. We're gonna go probably drive to Denver because we've seen everything between here and Denver, and rent an RV. Go up to Cheyenne, Wyoming. And Cassie's got another yawn. How in the world?
Drive to Colorado or fly to Colorado?
Drive to Colorado. It's only like a 12-hour drive. Straight shot in the minivan. We're not going to spend extra money just to fly to Colorado. Get in an RV and then drive up to Cheyenne, Wyoming, up that direction, or Wyoming. Go to Yellowstone National Park, and then go north, or go a little bit north, a little bit more west. Go to probably Idaho, Oregon. I'm not even going to say anything at this point. Washington.
I don't know how to keep them in.
The state of Washington, down in Northern California. We're going to go see Five Marys and go to a couple other places there. Maybe go to the coast, the redwoods, see some redwood trees. And then go back east through the northern part of Nevada, Reno, Salt Lake City, Utah, and back to Denver.
I'm glad you got it all figured out because I lost you at Colorado.
And it's about 3,000 miles. Well, guess what? When you rent an RV, you rent it A, by the day, and B, by the miles. So they have a Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale on the RV place we're planning to rent, RV America. By the time you're watching this video, the sale's already over, so I don't even know why I'm telling you this. But 25% off. So we can get 25% off.
Well, it's good to tell them in case they want to be watching for it next time.
Yeah, so we're going to rent the RV and get 25% off. We'll probably have the RV for like 7 or 8 days, and we'll drive to Denver and drive home. So that'll be another day or two there. So about a 10-day trip, and we're going to knock out a lot of states.
But we're not getting the RV till we get in Colorado.
Denver area.
So
Cassie's got questions now.
No. Me, Gary, Ranger Mazzy have already been to Cheyenne, Wyoming, but Ransom was not born yet. Mm-hmm. So that area was very pretty. Wherever we go in Wyoming, I'm good with, but we have been there before, just not part of this 50 states in 5 years, and Ransom's never been.
We've never been to anything else that direction, though, in the Northwest. And I did a little, right here's our little map. So this isn't exact, but it kind of gives you guys an idea of what we're looking at, if that would focus at all. I don't know if it does. I can throw a screenshot in there. But it's going to be about a day and 21 hours worth of driving. So we'll be in the RV a lot. That's why we wanted to do an RV. We can minimize the amount of hotels we have to stay in. We might only book a hotel for a night or two, just to, if we need to, or book RV parks, one of the two. But we can boondock a little bit if we have to. We're not, a Walmart parking lot's not beneath us.
Well, and I was going to say it easier traveling for the kids if we do travel long spurts.
Yeah. So that's the plan. We're going to save a little bit on the Black Friday deal, but we are definitely trying to get our memories.
Cyber Monday or Black Friday?
But they combined it. It's like one deal. It lasts for like 3 days. It goes Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, it's a 4-day sale. A lot of people do that, but a lot of the digital people like try Cyber Monday, like electronics. I mean, it's another way for retailers to get another dollar. Yawn number 8.
Nope, you missed one a while ago.
Oh, 9 or 10.
Gary's like, let's go get you some coffee. I'm like, it's not going to work like that, and I can drink a cup of coffee and go to bed. So
while Cassie is yawning, we're gonna allow it because there's really no choice. But
it's not like you
we've had
stop yawning.
We've had a long weekend at all the places we've gone. Cassie went gym teacher though on a bunch of kids this weekend. So let's let Cassie tell you about her most challenging moment at the Grands, which was the big bicycle race. You guys hopefully watched that on Walker Farm Fam yesterday or the day before, whatever day it is. But Cassie.
Yeah, so at the Grands race, there's kids on bicycles and scooters, and motorized all sorts of things, and people are trying to walk. They just weave in and out of you. But also, I was trying to teach our kids, if you're going this way, everyone goes on the right, and then the other people come on this side. You know, you always stay to your right so you have traffic flowing both directions.
Unless you're over the pond, then it's the opposite.
Well, and maybe that was the problem because there's people from all over the world. But some people weren't following those rules, which maybe that's why. But you would about get taken out. And I'm 40. I'm not that old. But I can kind of weave in and out, or you bump into me, it's not the end of the world. But there were elderly people there and then small children that if you bump into them, it is going to hurt. And it was stressing me out. And some of those kids would go super fast, and they had horns on their method of transportation, and they would me, beep, beep, nee, nee, nee. And I'm like, didn't say it out loud. I wanted to say, honk one more time at me, kid. I dare you. Because if I'm walking, which at least I guess they're honking, but some of them, like, I'm walking, I have no clue what's happening behind me, and they would just zoom around me, and if I would accidentally about hit them, they'd look at me like I was a terrible person. I'm like, you knew you were coming up on me. I had no clue you were behind me, but also, quit honking your horn at me. Just slow down and go around me safely. Nope, what do you want me to do, jump out of the way?
Do we need to get you a, what are those things called? A e-bike with red and blue lights on it. And Cassie can be
Police.
Cassie can be the code enforcer at the Grands. She can ride around and start writing people tickets.
Next year I'm bringing my e-bike and I'm gonna me at them.
Oh yeah, do that. Cassie's e-bike has a nice little horn. Also, I've seen a really cool bicycle air horn. So you
scare the poo out of them?
Yeah. So what you could do is you take your bicycle pump and pump it up, and it just stores a little bit of air pressure, and then it's like honk. So it's really loud.
Well, going into the stands in different areas, there were no scooters, no bikes allowed, and everyone knew that. And when you would get to the bleachers, like, you'd see all these bikes and scooters lined up. And so I'm walking into the stands, and security sets at each spot so they can tell people if they don't follow the rules. There's signs, and you see bikes and scooters everywhere. This kid zips it in and trying to come around me past where he's supposed to go, and security yelled at him and said, "Hey, get the bike out." Well, he like kind of does one of those side stop, and he pulls it like up and swings all at the same time, and he's like right here, and he kind of hits me, and I look at him, I go, "Dude!" He was like a teenager, but it just came out. But also, like, for real, you obviously aren't dumb and don't realize that all those bikes are back there. You're going way too fast, and then because you got caught, you're like, whoop, and knock me out. Anyway.
Cassie's about to go full, I'm not going to say Karen.
There was another teacher there.
Full gym teacher.
There was another teacher there, and I said, it's all within me for my teacher not to come out in me.
Yeah. Because
teachers are just used to disciplining kids or telling them what to do, or not that...
having kids that listen.
Well, but not being mean, but not being afraid to be like, "Hey kids, let's not do this," or "Hey," and just doing those type of things. Not all adults are comfortable doing that to other kids, even in a respectful way. And so it was all within me not to just be like, "Listen, children." I did have no problem though in our tent area to tell kids, "Hey, keep your bikes out there. Hey, stack them neatly. Hey, pick up your stuff. Hey, throw some trash away." They thought it was their bedroom.
Well, it was really a kind of a community thing. Whenever you have everybody that was at our racetrack, Mace County BMX, and then another sister track in the state, Sand Springs BMX, and then Hardesty, another track in the state. We were all together, so you had friends and stuff coming over and just kind of laying their stuff out. And
yeah,
but you know, kids, they walk in, they drop their stuff, and they want to go play.
Everyone did a great job. It's just there was more people than space. We need a bigger space next year, so trying to keep it organized.
Yeah, but it was awesome. I mean, it was a really neat experience for the boys.
Now we know what to expect and how to prepare and navigate and all that.
Yeah, so we are definitely learning more. Each time we compete or bring the boys to an event, we're learning more about BMX. It's just like anything else. It's like when you play tennis and somebody says 15 love, and you're like, what? Who loves me? I'm like, what? So with BMX, there's all types of rules, categories, different types of bikes, the gear.
And I've been asking a ton of questions in our One Bike team group chat, just how things work. Over the weekend, I kept asking questions. Even today, I asked some. And I'm like, I'm sorry, this is just how my brain works, especially as a coach. I want to be able to understand and figure things out, even in the classification and the motos and all that stuff. I want to know how to read those things. And then with the different rules, I want to be able to prepare the boys. And if there's a better way that they should be doing it, or a different bike, or a different size, or a different class, or whatever, just navigating that and figuring it out so we know what we're doing, so that we don't have to always rely on people. Then when there's new people, because the kids have some friends that are wanting to start doing it, we've had a lot of people be helpful to us, answer questions, help us along the way. So I want to be able to do that for other people. But when you go into a sport and you completely don't know anything, there's a lot to learn.
There's a lot to learn. Also, there's a lot of layers of, so like as you improve. So if you guys aren't familiar, obviously you may not know anything about BMX, but the boys are at a novice level. So there's novice, intermediate, expert,
amateur, and then pro.
Amateur. Anyway, so there's multiple levels. And so the boys are at the beginner level. So when you saw them compete this last weekend, you saw them compete against kids all across the country that are their age and at their level. Mm-hmm. Meaning that they're the same age and they have not won more than 10 races, first place wins at an event, a BMX classified, organized event. They have not won more than 10 races. That's the level our boys are at, and that's why we were so excited to see them go and do well, because they literally just started BMX in August.
Yep.
That was the first time they laid foot on a BMX track, first time they got a bike and got to experience what it was all about. So they are always shredding. That's my new word I can use. They're always shredding in the backyard. You know what that means, Cassie?
Skateboard terms, yeah.
Tearing up the track.
I also texted Whitney at church a couple Sundays ago.
Yeah.
When Darren was up there on the electric, and I said, Darren is absolutely shredding up there, and she was dying laughing.
So it can be used in multiple ways.
Yeah.
But whenever we were at that little pump track in Siloam Springs, this dude that was running sprinting around the lake multiple times, he was cool. Okay, way cooler than I'm gonna be. But he was like, man, those boys are really shredding it out there. I was like, oh yeah, they're trying hard. I was like, I don't know what to say. But he used the term shredding whenever they were really going over that pump track. So
yeah.
Anyway, we're learning the terms, but as we learn, we'll share with you guys, and maybe the boys will keep with it. Ransom probably will want to play baseball this spring.
Yeah.
So he won't be solely dedicated to BMX. Ranger may play soccer this spring. And then in the summer, though, they'll definitely be back to BMX, if not doing it part of the time anyway.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video that we shared. I know it was basically fully dedicated to BMX, but that's our lives. And that's what we're going to do, is share what we're doing.
Yep.
As we talk, as we go.
I tried keeping that one in.
I'm pestering Cassie at this point.
We're going to get so many comments about lack of oxygen, and I don't know, everybody tells me this every time, but I don't know. I feel like when I sit here and talk, it just happens, and then the more Gary talks about it, the more my body does it. But it's not like I don't even think about it, it just happens.
It's really strange too, because it's contagious. So at this point, there's multiple people in the video that said, yeah, Cassie, your yawn made me yawn. Even though you're not in the same room. I used to do this, I shouldn't have done it, when I was a little younger, 10 years old, 8 or 10 years old, in my Sunday school class, I'd heard somebody else say that. So I went to the church one Sunday, and I thought, I wonder if it really works. So I went in there and I did some fake yawns.
Gary was very ornery as a child. He likes to pretend like he wasn't. I did
some fake yawns, and within a minute, my Sunday school teacher was yawning. And he had not yawned at all. We were halfway through, and I was like, all right, I'm going to give it a try. And then he started yawning.
Gary does that to the kids sometimes.
Yeah, I I test them out. I test everybody out. So now that we are through the whole busy weekend, Thanksgiving break, maybe Cassie can get back on her normal.
It doesn't slow down.
Her normal schedule, somewhat, which means today was Monday, so she had the day off, and except for 7th hour, she'll go in. I take Mazzy to violin lessons tonight. The kids are
practice till 4:30 after school for basketball.
Yeah, and the kids are back in school, so we have about 3 more weeks of normal until Christmas break.
Yeah.
And then it goes, everything goes
This week we have
haywire.
An away game Tuesday, Friday and Saturday. We're varsity's traveling to Missouri for a tournament, and then just keeps going.
All right, so as far as what's coming up on the farm, we are going to be trying to get some more cows in the month of December. So that is my goal.
So you just get to randomly tell me that. Do I get to tell you when we're getting more chickens or sheep?
No, this is based on the amount of cows we have on the field
I'm just messing.
and the amount of money we need to spend by the end of the year. Those two factors.
We do. I'm messing. He has talked to me about getting more cows because he sold some.
Well, we sold our Highland cattle.
Yeah.
And now it's time. We need to fill our pasture.
You like to run how many?
We need about 14 head, at least 14 cows and a bull. About.
And how many do we have?
About 7 or 8. So we need to stock the herd back up. We need about 6 more cows at least, minimum, and a bull. In the month of December, we have 2 steers leaving in a week from today. So I really kind of wanted to wait. But I'll probably go to Siloam Springs Stockyards maybe Thursday, for sure a week from Thursday, because at Siloam I can buy the cows, I can drive them straight down the road on the way home to the vet, get them worked, vaccinated, everything done that I want to get done, get them home, and then put them up. So that's the goal. So I'll bring you guys along for sure whenever I do those things. And Christmas programs. So Mazzy has a song that she's going to be singing in a recital for Cherokee Nation's Christmas program.
Okay.
I don't know what that's called. We don't know the name of it yet, but it's all the people. It'll be at Sequoia School at their chapel.
I need to know that date so I can write it down.
The 21st.
That's a Saturday.
I don't know.
Okay.
I can look at my calendar though. And then a couple more things. We have Christmas programs at church and at school. So we will also try to, it's Saturday. We will try to share some of those with you guys. Mazzy will also have a recital.
Oh, I have it in there.
Where she's practicing her violin recital. You got it in there?
Yeah. Mazzy musical recital.
Okay.
Mazzy music recital, 4 to 5. Also, telling you before I forget, and telling all these people, violin teacher texted yesterday, no Christmas recital this year.
Okay, so that
and she had other info, so we need to read that because I was busy when she sent it.
Okay, so we'll no violin recital, but Mazzy is learning her a Christmas song.
Yeah, she said she's still doing all that, and they'll have a spring one. So
cool.
I know she's having a hard time with. She has several of her own personal kids. They're young, which we just went through that when kids are young and you have all the things and trying to do this or that, and then she trying to manage all of the lessons that she does on the side. So I know she's trying to juggle all those things. So
yeah, well,
it's part of adulting, parenting, and crazy holiday seasons.
There's a lot to it all the way around. So as far as prayer requests though, here on Catching Up with the Walkers, if you're not familiar, we always try to take some time to share prayer requests and also some praises. So we have a member of our Sunday school class that, how long has she been going through treatment?
So Kelsey? I think she found out about 1.5 years ago. So
she found out, and then she's been going through treatments, multiple treatments, and she just found out that she was cancer-free. Yeah, she finished her last chemo a few weeks ago. They did a scan, and she's cancer-free. So a big praise there. Also a big praise for Stacy. I know you guys has told us multiple times you're praying for her, our neighbor, and also a teacher at the kids' school. Also, there's a little girl named Ava that is battling leukemia. And a lady I used to work with, it's her daughter. Cassie's known their family for years and years. But if you would please continue to pray for Ava. She's having a rough time with some of the treatments, and it's the holiday season. And
yeah, she's only about 15 or 16.
Yeah, she's not very old at all. So
yeah,
if you guys would be in prayer for her, we do greatly appreciate it. And we want to thank all of you guys for sticking around. Like I said, we didn't get to post very many regular videos. We'll try to get back into our normal rhythm and swing of thing this week.
But you guys are the MVPs of Walker Farm Fam, so you don't mind, right? They're okay with it. They understand.
I'm not going to speak for them. They might mind. They might be offended that we didn't make a video.
If you don't like it, go somewhere else.
No, stop it. Don't go. No. Speaking of that, do please make sure that you're subscribed to Catching Up with the Walkers and Walker Farm Fam. That does us a huge favor. If all you do, it's free to watch our channel. There's no cost. We don't have any kind of memberships. And if you go check down in your subscription list, make sure you're subscribed or hit that subscribe button.
And ring the bell for notifications. But YouTube does, I don't know why they do it, but they will unsubscribe people randomly. And we get at least 5 comments a week saying, I don't know how, but I was unsubscribed from your channel. Yeah.
It's just part of it. They do that.
And sometimes people say, I don't like the commercials you put in them, but YouTube is the one that like throws those commercials, the ones that get inserted and you can skip or you have to watch for so long. YouTube takes based on what you've searched on your phone, what you've watched, what you've skipped, what you haven't.
Or just your age demographic.
Or, yeah, things that they think you'd be interested in. It could be something you aren't interested in at all, and they randomly throw it in just to see if you're going to watch it or not. So
they do the same thing to us.
Yeah, we don't have any control over that. That's what's kind of hard about playing YouTube stuff at school and things, because you never know what the commercial might be that comes on.
Could be dangerous.
So, yeah, just out of our control.
It is. So we want to thank you, though. We know that there is plenty of things you can do with your time, and we want to thank you for taking time out of your day to spend with us and catching up with the Walkers. We hope you have a great day, and God bless.
We love you guys.